Hello and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. I'm excited to have you with me today. Today we are going to work on intestinal health, your belly, your gut. Sometimes it can be not so happy. So listening to your body and really just trying to breathe as deeply as you possibly can. Creating length, so sitting up as nice and tall as you can, standing up nice and tall as you can to create space for that diaphragm to move, the intestines to move freely, and to just feel better. Feels a whole lot better to be tall and create that space than to be slouched over and just kind of pressing everything towards one another. So really focusing on that posture, focusing on your breath, listening to your body as we move through the poses. We're going to do a fair amount of twists today. I'm going to offer you an option to have a block handy if you need one for those deeper postures, and maybe the knees don't love that. So we'll go over the modifications of that as well. Water handy, a smile on your face, I hope, and let's get going. Sitting up nice and tall, roll those shoulders up and back, and let your shoulders slide down and away. Close your eyes, and I want you to place your hands on your tummy. One just below your belly button, one just above, and I want you to close your eyes and breathe. Relaxing those shoulders. Sending energy and wellness through that gentle touch into your gut. As we breathe and as we feel that tummy moving in and out, flushing out negative energy in the mind and the body, focusing on those big deep breaths. Gently release the hands, bringing the hands to the shins just below those knees. Take a big breath in, press the chest forward, arch your back, gaze to the sky. Exhale and hollow the tummy and chest. Press your spine towards the back, tuck your chin. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, gaze to the sky. And exhale, hollow. One more time each way. Inhale, press it through, arch your back, gaze to the sky, seated cat and cow. Exhale and hollow. And inhale it up nice and tall. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, rotate to the right, placing that left hand to the top of the thigh, right hand behind you. Sit up just as tall as you can sit. And if you like, continue that rotation as you take your gaze out over that right shoulder, pressing that left shoulder down and away. You can do a little tuck of your chin down towards that right collarbone if you like, just getting a nice stretch down that left side of the neck. Gently releasing that rotation, just allowing the eyes to be the last to come forward. Inhale, reach to the sky, and exhale, rotate to the left. Right hand to the top of the thigh, left hand behind you. Sit up as tall as you can sit. Again, if you like, you continue your gaze out over that back shoulder for a deeper rotation, and gently press that right shoulder down and away. You can add that little tuck of the chin down towards your left collarbone, just for a nice stretch through the right side of the neck. So oftentimes, my friends, stress can just really wreak havoc on your belly, digestion, creating gas, and just really make us feel not so great. So working to manage that stress level and find effective, healthy ways to let go of tension and stress, key to keeping us a healthy body. And again, slowly releasing that rotation, your eyes the last to come forward. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, just slowly press those hands out and away. Eyes can be open or closed. Just slowly, slowly, slowly lowering those arms. And let's come forward and up onto all fours to tabletop. Now here we can grab our block. So anytime we get deeper into the bend of the knees, you can place the block right up next to that knee crease and sitting back. That's going to give you a little bit more. You can also use a blanket, a folded up towel, whatever you like. You can also move it down by your heels to give you a little lift. And we're just going to slowly walk it out. If you don't need the block, no worries. Just sitting back to child's pose. Find your breath. The biggest thing is allowing yourself to sink into the pose without pain or discomfort. And like I said, if you're like, I don't know if I want the block, take it out and just let gravity help you sink. Inhale, lift just slightly. Open those knees about the width of the mat or thereabouts. And then again, sit it back to child's pose. So extended child's pose with those knees apart, allowing a nice amount of room for the tummy and chest to come between those legs. Chin, cheek, or forehead to the mat. And now you can opt to keep those knees wide, or you can bring those knees back together. We're going to lift just slightly, and we're going to take that left hand, sliding it underneath the right arm, palm to the sky, and then release down onto that right or the left side of the head. Walking the fingertips out towards the top of the mat. We can stay on the pads of the fingers, or you can release that palm down, coming to thread the needle. And if you're not sure, if you like the knees together, if you'd prefer them apart, do both. Just be mindful as you transition. Make sure you do it safely. Just closing those eyes. Big deep breath, slowing things down today to really allow your body to assimilate all that we are offering it with each pose we come into. Inhale, lift just slightly enough to pull that left arm back through, and we switch and reach that right arm through. Palm to the sky, releasing the shoulder and the right side of the head to the mat. We walk those left fingertips towards the mat, and again, you can stay on the palm, you can lift up onto the pads of the feet. Close your eyes and breathe. Just as slow and deep as you can. And we lift, pulling that right hand back through. Once again, sit it back to child's pose. Find your breath. Again, knees wide or knees together. Either way is just fine. It's about tailoring the pose where you get the most benefit. And let's slowly walk those hands up. Come over onto a hip. Sweep your feet around. Go ahead and slide on down towards the top of your mat, center, top, as you wish. And we're going to pull that right knee in just as tightly as you can get it. Now you can sit on your block. You can sit up on a bolster if you can't quite get that foot in nice and tight, because we really do want to get it in fairly tight. And sit up as tall as you can sit. So you would just sit up on your block. It's amazing just that little lift, what that can do as far as easing the intensity so that you can really embrace being in the pose. Find your breath. If you don't need the block, don't use it. It's all good. Now we're going to transition so that we're just on the inside of that right knee. We're going to reach that left arm out, reaching towards the toes. So the tummy and chest are going to come just to the inside of that right leg. And we're going to wrap that right arm around that right knee. Just tuck it in and around as best you can. And lowering the nose towards your knee. Find your breath. And releasing that right arm and just reach it out along the inside of that left foot. That right knee stays in just as close as you can. Letting the head be heavy. And let's slowly walk those hands back up the leg, sitting up tall. Extend the right leg, pull that left knee in just as tightly as you can. And maybe one side you need the block and the other side you're fine. Maybe you need it on both, maybe neither one. So listen to your body. Sitting up nice and tall, those right toes pointing straight to the sky. Now we're going to transition upper body just to the inside of that left leg, reaching out with that right hand, reaching around with that left arm, wrapping the back of the hand kind of right up against that hip, and just slowly lowering your upper body down. Letting go of tension in that lower back, stretching through the hamstrings, massaging those internal organs, just helping digestion along, hopefully moving that gas along so we can get rid of it and get rid of that bloating and discomfort. I'll go ahead and release that left arm, reach it out towards the inside of that right foot, and breathe, keeping that left knee kind of tucked up close as you can next to your shoulder. And let's slowly walk those hands up. Let's bring both feet in. And then open up those feet just a little bit, kind of about hip width apart, so they should be right in front of the pelvis, right in front of your bum. Sit up as tall as you can, and then we're just going to round forward. Now, if it's better for you to have those feet right next to each other, absolutely yes. Little space between your knees, and just tuck your chin down. And then slowly we rise, lifting that upper body, releasing your hands, opening up those feet nice and wide. Toes are slightly turned out to about a 45-degree angle. And I want you to sit up. Hold on to those legs. Sit up as tall as you can sit. With the space between the legs, transition your hands down towards the top of your feet as you fold forward. So yes, I said earlier about creating space in that tummy and that torso. Yep, we're going to do that, as well as these forward folds to massage and move things. So we get the balance of both. But as you're walking, as you're standing, as you're sitting still, today I want you to really focus on being as tall as you can through the torso. Starting at the tailbone, slowly roll it up. And let's crisscross those legs, coming to easy pose. Bringing the hands to heart center, we lift through the crown of the head. We're going to rotate and place that left elbow to the right knee, pressing against the knee, and getting that deeper rotation. Looking up over that right elbow. Breathe. We come back through to center, sit tall, rotate to the right, right elbow to that left knee, pressing against that knee, into that knee, as you gaze up over that left elbow. We come back through to center, sit up nice and tall. Let's do that one more time. As you exhale, left elbow to that right knee, press it into that knee. Feels so good. Coming back through to center. And other side. Pressing into that knee. Gazing up over that left elbow. And back to center. Release those arms down by your sides. How you doing? Okay? All right, so we're going to come up onto all fours once again. And we're going to open up those feet and walk the feet in. Slowly walking those hands back to frog pose. Now taking care of your knees. So this is a deeper knee pose here. So if you need to, bring your block so that it's handy. It's going to be our little stool. And we're going to slide it kind of as close between those feet as possible so that when we come down into Garland pose, it's there for us to sit on. If you don't need it, let that block go and sit up nice and tall. So with the block, wherever you need it, knees are wide. Hands at heart center, chest is tall. If you don't need that block, guys, take it away. Let gravity do the work. Hands at heart center, elbows to the insides of the knees, and just gently press those elbows in towards the knees. And breathe. Find that breath. You can rock side to side if you like. Probably not on the block, but if you're not on the block, side to side, or just stay. Now I want you to be mindful of where your weight is in your feet. We have this tendency to kind of close the knees and roll to the inside or the arch of your foot. I want you to really press the pinky toe side of your foot towards the mat, opening up those hips. Find your breath. Nice. Release your hands, lift your bum, heel toe those feet in, and slowly lower yourself back down. Bottom comes to the mat and extend those legs out long. Reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen, hinge it forward. Release your hands. And again, you can be sitting on your block. You could sit on a bolster, a pillow, a blanket, whatever you need. And just let that forward fold happen. Feet can be soft, or you can flex those feet. You can use the strength of the arms to pull, or you can just let gravity do the work. Let yourself melt. Be mindful of the toes pointing straight to the sky. There's this tendency for those feet to roll open. Keep those knees pointing towards the sky. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. And release those hands down by your sides. Just so it's out of the way. We're going to crisscross those legs, bring the hands forward, and step it back to plank. Breathe. Core is strong. Lifting out of those shoulders. And let's slowly walk the feet forward towards the hands to forward fold. Allowing that upper body to just be heavy. We inhale it up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, take a giant step back with your left foot. We lift the chest, arms come overhead to our crescent lunge. We pull the hands to heart center, we rotate and place that left elbow to the right knee, pressing against the knee and taking your gaze up over that right elbow. There's that twist again. Wringing out tension and tightness, massaging those internal organs, moving that gas through those intestines and hopefully out. Getting rid of it, getting rid of that bloating, that uncomfortable feeling. We turn back to face front, extend those arms overhead, circle the arms to the back, release your hands on either side of your foot, draw that left foot in to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, take a giant step back with your right foot. Core is strong, circle those arms up and overhead. Breathe. Pulling the hands to heart center, we rotate to the left, placing that right elbow to the left knee, press against the knee. We're going to bring those hands towards heart center, so creating as much rotation as possible. Again, just finding that space within the pose where your breath is still slow and steady. There's no discomfort beyond a good stretch. Yes, you'll feel the work, but no pain or discomfort. We turn back to face front, extending those arms overhead. Circle the arms to the back, release your hands on either side of your foot, step it back to plank. Let's crocodile down. Press it through up dog. Hold. Breathe. Open those knees. Press it back once again to extended child's pose. Checking in, how you doing? And let's slowly walk the hands up. Come over onto a hip. Sweep your feet around. Slide on down towards the top of your mat. Extending the legs out nice and long. Drawing one knee in and then the other. And just slowly, let's take it back. Pulling the knees in towards the tummy. Use as much strength in those arms as you like to pull those knees in. A little rock side to side if that feels good to you. Otherwise, just stay still. Coming back to center. Placing one foot to the mat, right by your bum, and then the other. Feet are hip width apart. Hands come down by your sides, palms to the mat. Tuck the pelvis so that the small of the back presses into the mat, and slowly begin to press through your heels as you peel your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Up to bridge pose. At the top of bridge pose, we're resting on the back of the head and the back of the shoulders. We squeeze those glutes. We lift through those hips. Knees right in line with those hips. And then ever so slowly, release it back down. We're going to do 3 of these. Each vertebra touching one at a time. Again, a little pelvic tilt. And press through those heels as you lift. At the top, squeeze, 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 and then slowly lowering it back down, isolating each vertebra until we release. And once again, pelvic tilt, press through those heels, peel the back off of the mat, one vertebra at a time, all the way up to bridge pose. And slowly releasing it back down, starting at the top of that spine, each vertebra coming back down. Extending those arms out to a T. Let's slowly drop both knees to the left. Now you can have those knees up, or you can extend those legs out a little bit more, whichever is better for you. Placing that left hand to the top of the right knee, and we turn and take our gaze out over that right arm, and then just close your eyes. Find your breath. We release that left hand, slowly rolling back through center, and then allowing those knees to gently come to the right. Relax the weight of the legs, placing that right hand to the top of the left knee, and then turn and take your gaze out over that left arm. Close your eyes. Do your best to relax. So we're going to transition to legs up the wall. So take a moment, rolling back to center, moving your mat if you need to, and we're going to find a wall. We're going to lay on the floor and get our bottom just as close to that wall as we can. And then gently extend those legs up the wall. I'll meet you there. Extending those arms out to a T or resting your hands on your tummy. You can have your hands wherever it feels good to you. And we just extend those legs up the wall. If you need a pillow underneath your head, or if this is really intense for you and you feel your bottom kind of hovering above the mat and you can't quite get comfortable, place a blanket or a pillow underneath that lower part of your spine, right there to support your hips. So finding that space with the legs at the wall, feet soft, and just close your eyes and relax. So there's some different variations. You can have the legs up, clearing that lymphatic system, promoting blood flow, amazing for your lower back. I know it seems weird, but yes, it is. Probably one of the greatest stretches, poses, releases that you can do is legs up the wall. Promotes flexibility of the hamstrings, calms the nervous system, quiets your mind, promotes blood flow. So many amazing benefits in legs up the wall. So some different variations. You can come to butterfly, drawing the soles of the feet together and allowing those knees to open out wide. Again, you can transition your hands. You can bring them to the insides of the knees and give it a gentle press or just kind of rest. You can even take your arms overhead. You can have them out to a T, whatever feels good. Now, don't be super over concerned if the heels pull apart or keep them together. It's a preference, and it's just what your body needs. So listen to that. You can bring your knees together and have the soles of the feet against the wall. This can feel pretty decent for that lower back, and this can feel great to help let go of some of that gas, some of that bloating, some of that pressure in the belly. Again, it's all about intestinal health, a happy gut. Again, transitioning wherever you like. You can have those hands resting on the shins, interlacing your fingers. And yeah, we have time. You can change it up and do whatever feels good. So if you have the time, the inclination, spending about 5 minutes with legs up the wall every day is an amazing gift you can give to yourself. So we are going to spend these last few moments and have our Shavasana right here. And if you're like, Cheryl, I really just want to lay down, I don't want my legs up the wall for Shavasana, it's okay. You can absolutely do whatever you need to do. We close our eyes and we find a position for those arms wherever it feels good to you. We soften our face, we relax our jaw. And we let the breath just flow. Let's gently bring the hands to the tummy, resting, quieting. Again, feeling that gentle touch of the palms against the belly. Drawing love and awareness to the intestines, to the stomach, to the pancreas, the gallbladder, the kidneys, everything that's helping. The colon, getting rid of waste, promoting healthy digestion. Let's gently open those arms, palms to the sky, and just allow your arms to open. Let's take those arms out to a T and reach a little further. Spreading your fingers, opening the chest, being receptive to healthy, loving energy. Let's lift those arms overhead to a nice wide V, back of the hands just remaining onto the mat or the floor. Taking those arms overhead, stacking the hands, palms remain facing the sky. And gently drawing those knees in towards the chest. Let's roll to one side. Coming back up. Finding a seated position that feels good to you. Sit up nice and tall. Rest your hands comfortably. Turn your palms to face the sky. Drape the wrists over the knees. Feels good to you, touch the index finger and thumb. And breathe. Slow and steady. And as we bring our practice to a close, my wish for you today, my friend, is a healthy, happy day where the gut is happy. You feel fantastic. I hope that this helped. I hope you can come back to it anytime you need it. Let's gently open those eyes, pull the hands to heart center, and a sincere, heartfelt thank you for being with me today on this journey, taking care of yourself inside and out. Until the next time, my friends, light and love, and namaste.